Welcome back to the Osteophysio YouTube channel. Today we are going through our 5-minute video for carpal tunnel syndrome. So carpal tunnel syndrome is when your median nerve gets compressed around the wrist here, leading to symptoms of tingling, numbness and possibly weakness over these 3 fingers. So to start off the routine, we want to start with 30 seconds of wrist movement. We want to start to open up through the wrist. So what we're doing is 30 seconds of circular motion. You can change direction. You want to regain movement through the wrist, opening up through the carpal bones, so just through here where everything gets compressed. Once you've moved that for 30 seconds and you keep going until you've opened up through the wrist. Once you've reached that 30-second point, you also want to move through the elbow. So before we do any stretching, we want to do 30 seconds of elbow movement. And the reason why is what a lot of people don't realise is once the median nerve passes down into the arm, it can get compressed, yes, into the wrist, but can also be sensitised around the elbow and the shoulder, which is why we're spending the first minute and a half, so 30 seconds in each joint, adding in that movement, which is so key. Next, we want to add in a bit of movement, 30 seconds through the shoulder. So I always like doing the circular movement back. So not only are we stretching through the pectorals, but we're trying to open up through the shoulder. So we're trying to move open through the shoulder, relax around the muscles, take away any stiffness into the joints before we get a lot more specific around that wrist area. So again, moving through, and then the next 30 seconds, once you reach the end of that movement, is we want to start to open up into the hand. So what I tend to do is break down some of the tension. So we start with that softening. So for 30 seconds using the other thumb, you're going to relax out to each of the fingers and the thumb. So you're going down towards the finger, so you're stretching across the pads here, so you're opening up through, because it gets so tight around this area here. It is so key to get it all moving. So once you've relaxed through, what you then want to start to do is stretch and open up through each of the fingers. So what I'm doing is I'm tractioning, so I'm pulling as well as adding in a little bit of circles. So although the tingling's around the wrist, once you've moved the wrist, you also want to get the fingers moving. You want to get the whole area relaxed, because most people that suffer with carpal tunnel syndrome get a lot of tightness through all of the wrists and the fingers. So you want to do this. Once you've done that for 30 seconds, you want to start to stretch around the forearm and down into the hand. And this is so key to release that tightness. So what you're going to do is turn the hand over and you're going to stretch it out in front of you. So if I show from the side, you're turning over, stretching out in front of you, and we're holding this for 30 seconds in this position. You might feel this adding in a tiny bit of tingling down into the hand because you're stretching the dural tissue as well as releasing through. Once you've done that, you want to release the other side of the forearm. So again, turning the hand over, gently bending at the wrist, and again, sometimes this can aggravate, and stretching the arm up in front. So you want to release any tightness around that shoulder. So at the moment, we're looking at the compression sites around the elbow and into the wrist. So holding this for 30 seconds. So again, from the side, stretching down. So holding that release. Once you've held that for 30 seconds, you want to move onto the compression sites up into the neck and the shoulder. Next 30 seconds, we want to stretch around the scalene, so where the nerves exit the neck and go down into the hand. So how we do this is we're going to bring ear away. We're going to turn towards the side that we're stretching, so you'll see it engaging, and then we want to look up and you'll feel the stretching down into here. You can use this hand and fix it onto something to engage the stretch, but we want to open up through. So again, we're taking away all sites where the nerve gets compressed, so you're holding that stretch into this area, so you're releasing through. Perfect. And then once you've done that, 30 seconds of movement through the neck. So we've looked at this before, so I always go through all vectors of movement through the neck. So again, the nerves, they exit the neck, pass through the scalenes, down underneath the chest muscles, down into the arm, and then down into the wrist. So yes, the symptoms are coming from the wrist, but you have to look at all sites of compression. So we're literally going through that really lovely natural range of motion through the neck. So for the final 30 seconds, we want to stretch into the pectoral, so where the nerve passes underneath the chest down into the arm. So you're placing the hand in line with the shoulder, you're going to turn the neck away and then turn the torso away. And you'll probably feel this stretching all the way down into the fingers where you're getting the symptoms, and you want to hold this for 30 seconds. So with this whole routine, yes, we want to work directly into the hand where you're getting that tightness, getting it moving and stretching, but you also want to look at the other points of where it's getting compressed and relaxing from the neck all the way down to the hand.